Apologies for the lack of videos on this page. Your boy has been really busy with his new job at FedEx to the point to where this job is tearing my asshole apart like Diddy with no baby oil going straight into my booty cheeks. It's getting rough. I'm not gonna lie. But today, I just kicked my water bottle. Today I was off because I had to go to a doctor's appointment. And yeah, so they was like, just stay home. And I got time. I've been editing all fucking day, as well as like taking a shit. And before I get into this video, if my video or if the mic quality sounds a lot better, it's because I finally adjusted that shit after years of finding like the right tools on OBS. I'm just glad it sounds so much better now, so it doesn't sound like I'm like, you know, I'm nutting in your ears anymore. So the main topic of this video, boom. We finally dive right into it. Y'all all know The Boys. The final season is happening. What is it? It's Monday today. So the second to last episode comes out in 2 days from now. And not gonna lie, so far this season has been fucking losing me. It's been losing me. It started off kind of strong. Shout out to A-Train. If you know, you know. But then after that, it's kind of just been just like, you know, it's just like a dick after it busts. You know what I mean? It's just, it goes from like extremely bricked, the Thing type bricked, and it just deflates like a balloon that got popped. So regardless of that though, well, actually it kind of directly relates to the season. I wanted to talk about Black Noir. Black Noir is somebody that I believe has gotten like hold probably the most out of the boys. And when I say like the most hold, I don't mean like I guess like with Huey and getting his girlfriend killed, or like how Butcher got his wife, you know, I'm not even going to get into that. But in terms of just everything, comedically, writing, screen time, all that shit. So you got the original Black Noir, who is a black dude. Shout out. Well, both of them are black. But this original Black Noir is this very trained, skilled, assassin ass nigga. Like he looked like he belonged in Assassin's Creed. Well, actually, I lied. If you take off his face, he looked like he belonged in Left 4 Dead. Or if you take off his mask, he looked like he belongs in Left 4 Dead. This nigga is ugly as shit underneath that mask. And we're about to get into that too. So we see in his past that he was a part of this team called Payback. And the team called Payback had Soldier Boy, who was the Superman at that time, or the Captain America at that time. You know what I'm saying? There was no Homelander in that universe at the point. So they got what they got. Oh, sorry, excuse me for the yawn. I'm still tired. I just spit on my fucking arm. That was gross. And, you know, Noir is, I think he was like the only black dude on the team. And that is very unfortunate for him, because we find out that Soldier Boy was calling this nigga boy. He was being racist to Black Noir. I'm not gonna lie. He was probably calling him slurs off camera and everything. And long story short, Black Noir was getting his ass pounded by Soldier Boy at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? He was straight, like, he was pounding son out. It was pretty bad, my nigga. Oh my God. Like, it made me want to jump through the show and not do anything, because Soldier Boy would beat the fuck out of me. I don't know what you thought I was going to say right there. I don't know if you thinking I was going to be like, I wanted to jump through the show and harm Soldier Boy, or I wanted to protect Black Noir. Fuck no. I don't want to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to, you know, get compound V stuck straight through my urethra, and now I'm, you know, on a different plane of existence, or just death. So Soldier Boy is always like abusing Black Noir. He's beating him up at any given chance. And we see that Black Noir, he was like still trying to do something with his life, regardless of just being like a trained assassin, essentially. There was a scene where they showed it. They did like a little fucking yawns, bro. They did a scene where Black Noir saw his life through like a cartoon lens, and it was like doing a recap of his life back in like, what was it, season 2 or season 3? And in that sequence, we see that he was about to get like this movie audition, or he really wanted this movie audition. And Soulja Boy was like, nigga, you not funny, nigga. You cringe. You ugly as fuck. You think these beautiful white people want to see a black spook ass Shure mic looking ass nigga on the screen? No, you're not him. Your job is to be quiet and to put hands on somebody. That's it. Okay, he didn't say all that, but that's exactly what he meant. It was pretty bad. And you know, that crushed Black Noir. That really did. So, you know, it leads into him and the rest of the team Payback. Well, they jumped Soulja Boy, but it wasn't just because of Black Noir. Soulja Boy was abusing everybody on the team. Like, people love to forget that Soulja Boy is genuinely a piece of shit. He's a cool character. Don't get it wrong. He's played by Jensen Ackles, phenomenal actor. But don't get it wrong that this man, he is not a saint. He is an asshole. He literally said one of the first things he said when he came back after, what's it called, getting locked up by the Russians and put in that cryo chamber. When he was talking to Huey, he was saying that Bill Cosby was like the father of America. Bill Cosby was out here graping people and drugging them out. You know that song UOE&O where Rick Ross was all like, put Molly all in their champagne. She ain't know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that. She ain't even know it. Who allowed that fat nigga in the studio to get away with that? Genuinely. Fuck all what I'm talking about right now. Who let Rick Ross get away with that in the studio? That was a huge red flag. And he was probably telling the truth in that music video or that song. He probably wasn't lying. Like he definitely had an experience where he roofied somebody and got freaky with them and did some weird shit. And nobody checked him on that in the studio. And it was like 7 different artists on that song. Anyways, yeah, so Soulja Boy was idolizing Bill Cosby. Huge red flag right there. And that just shows Soulja Boy's character. So he was abusing all of Payback's team and was even, you know, actually assaulting Gunpowder. Yeah, it's bad. He's a horrible fucking person. So that's when like Black Noir and Payback, they come up with the plan to, you know, they want to jump Soulja Boy. They want to get him packed up and they want to send him to the Russians so they can experiment on him. Well, really, they don't care about them experimenting on Soulja Boy. They just want to get this nigga locked up. You know what I'm saying? Lock this fucking thug up. So, you know, the Russians start attacking, or their military base gets attacked. And while that happens, we see a sequence where Black Noir and everybody else, they're trying to jump Soulja Boy, and it just goes south. It goes south. Soulja Boy beats the shit out this man, Black Noir. It was so bad, son. Like, my man's, after that ass whooping, he genuinely looked like the T-virus was taking over his soul. Half of his face got burnt off. Soulja Boy knocked this nigga on the ground, grabbed his motherfucking shield, and started literally skull fucking it. He was he was just slamming it on his dome. And like from the back of his dome to like right all to the front, it was just caved in. You know what I mean? Y'all know how in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure when Poochie took the memory discs, or I think it's called like memory discs, out of people's heads, and it would just leave like a huge gaping line. That's exactly how it looked on Soulja Boy or Black Noir. It was not pretty at all. And it's crazy because everybody that watched Black Noir get his head stomped in didn't do nothing. They just watched him get his head stomped in. Everybody would have had to see me. Who was it that finally got behind Soulja Boy and put the mask on? I think it was Crimson Countess that did it. I think it was Crimson Countess that knocked Soulja Boy out. But everybody else just stood there and just watched Black Noir get pounded. No, bro, that is some BS. BS, right? So then, moving on, Black Noir, he joins the Seven, and he joins Homelander, and he does, like, he's cool with Homelander. He doesn't mind anything. And it's crazy that he is cool with him, because he knows that he always knew that Homelander was the son of Soulja Boy, but just didn't want to say anything, right? And we're gonna get into that. So, during this whole time, Black Noir, he's carrying out these missions, tracking down the boys, trying to stop them and all that, whatever. And he's doing a pretty good job. So much to the point to where, like, that is probably the only person that Homelander genuinely respected for the first couple of seasons. And then, yeah. Also, I just looked down. Bro, it is 5 p.m. and it's 107 degrees up here in Arizona. Why is the devil taking some boo-boos straight on my state, son? It's not even summer yet. Bro, summer of like 2028 is genuinely going to be like 230 degrees or some shit. It's going to be bad. I'll be surprised if I'm still alive. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so yeah, that while that happens, Black Noir is doing his thing, and he's actually about to carry out one of the missions and like kill one of the boys. But then Queen Maeve puts nuts in this nigga's mouth. We find out that this cold super assassin, his weakness is some nuts. You telling me all I had to do was drop my drawers and slam it in this nigga's mouth, and I could have saved the boys myself? I'm playing. It wasn't those types of nuts. He has like a peanut allergy, which is still kind of weak, because, like, dude, you would think that Vought would create a cure for you so you don't have this allergy no more. You're literally a weapon. Why wouldn't the company want to protect a really strong weapon? And it's not like, I know that some people are out there probably think like, oh, well, Jalen, they want to have a contingency plan. They don't have contingency plans for Homelander. And they let Homelander do whatever the fuck he wants. So that's no. Vought uses superheroes as advertisements. That's really all they care about. So the fact that they let Black Noir just still have a nut allergy, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, if I was Black Noir, everybody is getting dealt with, right? But then he finds out his worst nightmare. Black Noir, the same person that went through all this trauma from Soulja Boy, finds out that Soulja Boy is back. He's coming back. And just like white woman, once you go back, you can't wait. Hold on. I messed up that phrase. Soulja Boy's back, goddammit. And it's looking bad for Black Noir. So, of course, he gets scared. He's like, I'm not doing this, especially when, like, my team is ass now. There's no way I'm taking down the Soulja Boy. Homelander's not going to want to take down his father. The Deep is going to dick ride Homelander. A-Train is turning a new leaf. Or, no, he's kind of just staying out the way at this point. And everybody else just is not going to rock with me like that. So I'm going to cut out my chip that's in my arm so you don't track me down, and I'm gone. And he does that. So then he finally, after being gone from the Seven, Black Noir's like, okay, no, I got to face my fears. I have to lock in and I got to beat him, but I know I'm going to need some help. So he goes to Homelander and he tells Homelander, hey, Soulja Boy is coming for you. He is dangerous. Well, he doesn't say that vocally because he can't talk anymore. So he has to like show these signs. He's very dangerous. And Homelander's like, you knew I had a father this whole time? Soulja Boy. I keep saying Soulja Boy. Black Noir looks at him like, yeah, nigga, you do. We think that it's about to be a very wholesome moment. This nigga Homelander clacks his arm back and Rengoku's this nigga, puts a hole through him, and just like Conquest, rips out this man's intestines. I would be mad as fuck. You mean to tell I came to warn you and you team up with the guy that I warned you about and you get rid of me? Oh yeah. If I catch you in the afterlife, I'm making sure you go to another afterlife, you bitch ass nigga. Why would you even do that? You know what I mean? And again, Black Noir, he shouldn't have even done that. I don't know why he just thought that Homelander would have his back. Homelander is the sorriest nigga when it comes to emotions in the show. Y'all see it, especially in season 5. He wants everybody to love him, but at the same time, he doesn't want people to be afraid of him. Although he doesn't want people to be afraid of him, but he continuously gives people reasons to be afraid of him. And then he acts so surprised when people don't want to be around him no more, and he gets sad about that. And he's just a roller coaster of emotions. Homelander is like the most toxic woman on the earth on her period. You know what I mean? Because, periods mess up your hormones and they make you act different. That's Homelander. So imagine, instead of a period being like a week long, a period is forever with Homelander. It's forever. This nigga's bipolar as hell. He's narcissistic as hell. Every emotional thing that you can imagine that's bad is Homelander. So Black Noir gets sent to the Shadow Realm. Rest in dick, my nigga. You going straight to hell. Definitely going straight to hell. I would say rest in peace, but you was just as bad. Well, you're not just as bad as Homelander, but you're still bad. So then they bring in a replacement. And this one I kind of resonate with. Kind of, right? They bring in this new dude, light-skinned nigga. And, he's pretty much everything Black Noir can do. He can fight real good. He's black. He's just Black Noir. But also, this one can talk. And, which he won't shut the hell up about mentioning, he can fly. So, you would think that Homelander would be glazing him. No. This man, he comes onto the team. When he tries to speak his opinion, like, hey, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do this, Homelander looks at him and goes, Black Noir, shut the fuck up. They're still talking, Noir. Shut your black ass up before I shut your mouth for you. And he just constantly does that to Black Noir, and it sucks, right? And from when this new Black Noir gets brought into the show, Black Noir just gets treated like a joke, man. He just gets treated like a joke. There's this fight where Black Noir and the Deep pulled up on the boys. They put up on Butcher. I think it was MM and it was Starlight. Or maybe it was just Starlight and Butcher. And for one, they made the Black Noir narcoleptic. If you don't know what that means, it means he just gets really sleepy at any given point. Like he'll just, imagine I'm talking to you and I just, he would do that. He would do that. That's such a crazy thing to have. Then on top of that, right? On top of that, again, he can fly. Why in the hell is he losing to Butcher with a shotgun? Butcher with the shot. Butcher didn't even have powers at this point. And this Black Noir was getting sunned so bad. And he was getting a minigun put to him, but we've seen it before. Soups like this can tank bullets really well. Queen Maeve, Homelander, what's it called? Just pretty much any soup, really. Yeah, it's pretty much just like any soup can tank it. I think Victoria Newman as well. She could tank some shit. She tanked acid straight to it. That is supposed to melt through your skin, and she just tanked it. So the fact that he was getting sunned and got completely pushed out of a window because some bullets, some bullshit. Yo, I don't know what Compound V Vought gave me if I'm Black Noir, but boy, this shit got to be Compound A or something. A stands for ass, because why is this power not giving me some broken power-ups? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm getting fiddled with. My body is getting fiddled with, and I'm not getting powers or benefits for it. So that sucks. So then, after that happens, Black Noir, this new one, is trying his best to work with the Deep. And, he builds a bond with them, and he's thinking that they're really cool. They're thinking they're really cool. Turns out the Deep betrays Black Noir, because Black Noir was sent on a mission to capture what's his name? Gus from Breaking Bad. What's his name, bro? What's his name in the show? Fuck it, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, when he was about to get, or when Black Noir captured him, the Deep came in, knocked his ass out, and left him on the side of the curb. So he lost his bro, who he built a bond with. And mind you, again, the Deep is the biggest meat writer in the show. Homelander has his little bulge out in his suit, and the Deep will do anything to follow his orders. This man, dead ass, almost sucked off A-Train in front of him because Homelander ordered that. If Homelander told me, Jalen, blow another YouTuber right in front of my face right now, I'd be like, nigga, so you ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm not about to get lasered in half. I seen what he did in season 4. He lasered a nigga dick off. I'm not going through that pain. I'm no. So I understand that. But still, I'm not meat riding Homelander. The Deep is meat riding him, glazing him. He's putting the cinnamon on top of it with the cherry and whipped cream. He's licking it off. You know what I'm saying? He's ordering more McDoubles on that shit, stacking donuts on it, throwing it in a circle, bouncing on it, creaming on it, getting off on it, getting right back on it, slipping it in his ass, taking it out his ass, giving it to his pops, giving that dick back to himself, and then creaming on it, busting on it, thanking Homelander for it, and then putting his pants back up and pulling his underwear back up and tightening his belt and make sure he's having a good day. That's how much the Deep is just glazing and just slopping on it, slobbing on it, right? I say all that because Black Noir, he presses the Deep for it. He's like, bitch ass nigga, why would you betray me? I thought we was cool. And the Deep tells him like, bro, no, you're not cool. I'm not cool with you. I'm just doing what I gotta do to stay in the spotlight. I'm not finna betray Homelander. Yeah, you know, it sucks to suck. So when that happens, Black Noir, we get this stupid, what feels like filler, but it's not filler, little moment of Black Noir in his personal life where he goes and he meets up with this this acting teacher. And like the teacher is weird, but it doesn't really matter. He builds a bond with the acting teacher and he's trying to set a career for himself to get into acting, right? The Deep finds out about this and well, I lied. The Black Noir, he tried to ruin Deep's image by poisoning 1 billion fish. So after, you know, that happens, the Deep finds out that, oh, Black Noir, he has a teacher now. Guess what? I'm going to shove some whatever animal, fish animal, up his ass and kill the teacher in front of him. And that's exactly what he does. So then Black Noir comes back and presses the Deep about that. Like, bro, you just killed my teacher and that was my one-way ticket to acting. So now both Black Noirs that was about to have acting careers can no longer have an acting career, right? Well, the second one can definitely still have an acting career. He could have just found someone else. He's part of the 7, damn it, but whatever. And yeah, so he presses the Deep. The Deep, this is some absolute bullshit that happens here. The Deep grabs whatever wire. I don't know how strong this wire was. A soup should naturally be able to just tear that shit off. But he puts it over Black Noir and it started choking him. While this is happening, Black Noir is just in the chair. Nigga, fly! You can fly. You said for 3 seasons straight, you can fly. Get your black ass up in the air and start boom, boom, slamming this nigga around. Again, Conquest. Be Conquest. When Conquest was getting choked out, he was slamming Mark all to like everywhere around the planet. Why? I don't know why he didn't do that. And what makes it worse, first off, it's not even a fight. This whole scuffle happens for like maybe 20 seconds. The Deep grabs one of Black Noir's knives from the back and stabs him in the chin and kills him. And that's it. That's it. A highly trained assassin killed by a dick rider. You can't make that up. I'm going to say that again. A highly skilled assassin with flight got killed by a dick rider. He got killed by a man that got freaky with a fish or multiple fishes. That's got to be racist. There's no way that's not racist. It has to be, because that don't even make no sense, bro. And that's where I go again and say, like, this whole season so far, it just feels like a bunch of BS. Black Noir dying like that's ass. That didn't even serve anything to the story so far. Mind you, there's only 2 episodes left. But you have to do so much in these last 2 episodes to make everything make sense. And just his whole character arc, especially the second ones, just sucked. It really did suck. It really did suck. So Wednesday another episode drops. If Kessler doesn't come back and Butcher doesn't become like this, I'm killing soup, locked in evil dude, I think this ending might be worse than Game of Thrones, but we'll have to see. That's what I wanted to fucking talk about. Sorry for the late uploads. I'm gonna try and post again tomorrow, but yeah, the Black Noir, this man got hold beyond belief. Oh my God.